Great fishing is not that far away. Welcome to Illinois Outdoors with Don Dziedzina.
How we doing, everyone? Don Dziedzina here for Illinois Outdoors. You know, we're on another destination trip. We've got the Association of Great Lake Outdoor Writers event coming up in a couple of days here in New York, and I figured since you know we're going to be passing through the Niagara Falls area, we would join Captain FrankCampbell here from Niagara Region Charters and get out on the Niagara River below the falls to do some fishing. Now, what kind of fishing do we have, Frank, at this time of the year? Keep in mind, we're here in the beginning of September.
Yep, one of my favorite times of the year, the fall. We basically have just about anything that swims in fresh water. Now, we're going to key on maybe smallmouth, catch a few walleyes, but we're in a transition time where we're going from warm water fish, walleye and smallmouth, to our cold water fish. The salmon are starting to show up. So it's a really cool time of the year to be up here, and it'll just keep getting better as the water cools down. This
is basically a 12-month fishery here, isn't it?
Exactly, and you've experienced other parts of the fishery. We fish 12 months a year. It does get a little cold in the winter months, but during the summer, as we've spoken before, we call ourselves the Miami of the North. It's so nice up here.
I say that because earlier this morning, I said, we're coming here and the sun is coming up and it seemed like it was so doggone bright. Holy cow, but, and I figured probably because there's less pollution. That's the excuse I gave.
It's a great area. You think about I'm coming to New York, you think about you're going to the big city. Well, nothing could be further from the truth.
Later on we'll talk a little bit more about the destination that the Niagara area has, all the things that there is to do, but I think right now what we got to do is get the boat launched and let's get them hit the water.
That's what I wanted to hear.
All right.
So the deforest areas. Yep. They were shooting them in the upper river here off of Strawberry Island. Tongues and weights are so much smaller than what we normally use, so we're trying to sell this whole theme of everything smaller, lighter, the water's clear, we want to be invisible as possible. We're using 8-pound, 6-pound fluorocarbon line. We're using small Spro swivels, and for a drop shot rig, it's really the way to go when the water gets clear. We're going to bounce that along the bottom, small weight, small hook, small bait, small swivel, light line. It's essential that when the water's clear that you don't upsize but downsize. We're talking about drop shotting today, and we're going to run some of these dream shots from Strike King. They're real subtle, supple, soft plastics, and they have a real lot of action to them. I mean, you're essentially going to just barely nose hook this bait, just barely nose hook it, so that it's actually, the hook's going to be standing up down there, and any little movement, I mean just the littlest movement, but because we're on the Niagara River we have current, so we really don't have to move it a lot. The current's going to do a lot of the work for us. Sometimes what I'll do, as we talked about downsizing, is I'll take that bait, and if the fish are being a little fickle, I'll cut it down. I might cut it in half. Just run that bottom half of it. Smallmouth sometimes, as I said, want smaller baits. We're presenting the whole thing small, so now you have a 3-inch dream shot. Little things like that make a difference in the day. Well, I don't even have my rod set up yet, and you're beating me up catching fish.
Well,
don't wait, huh?
It's my show. How's that?
That's perfect. I love it.
Well, you know what? This fish is a little bit larger than I thought. It's kind of fighting like a smallmouth.
One thing about smallmouths, you never know, because they come right up. Oh, it's an average river fish. Nice.
Oh,
That's how you net them.
yeah, you just
Let them jump right in the net.
Jump into the boat. Well, that's nice. That's a nice one.
Good way to start the day, huh?
Yeah. Woohoo! How about that, ladies and gentlemen? It's, believe it or not, I'm on the water at 8:12 in the morning. That's like 7:12 Chicago time. You normally don't see me on the water at that time. So, hey, let me take a picture of that fish with you.
Sure, absolutely.
And then,
Beautiful fish, though. They're nice and chunky, you know.
what do they call that? A selfie? Yeah, they do a selfie. How about that?
A smallmouth selfie?
Get the fish in there. Yep. There we go. Let him go. Let him go. Let's get another one. Got that one on a drop shot.
I noticed this had a big fray and all. Yeah.
It looks like a pretty hefty fish.
It's amazing they all feel hefty and nice. They're all good, but some are just better than others.
I know the
I'm not gonna promise you it's a bass.
The river current is helpful, but still, these are some pretty big fish.
Oh yeah. Well, do you want to know what they're nice smallmouth? Very nice. That one was on a tube. I think he's gonna have evidence of what he was sitting on. I thought I saw some grass mixed in with the tube. He hit it right as we were going through a little grass pocket. I could feel something a little different.
Not bad for a smallmouth, huh?
Beautiful Smalley.
You know, so many people think of Wisconsin, they think of Minnesota, they think of these other destinations for going for smallmouth bass. Who'd ever think about New York, the state of New York, by Niagara Falls of all places, to catch smallmouth like that? You know, this has got to be an 18-inch, close to 3-pounder.
Oh yeah, it's about 3-pound fish.
And I mean, it's a beautiful fight, a lot of fun and such. It's unreal.
Well, you want to know what, Don? These fish are actually what I consider smallmouth on steroids because of all the current here. It seems like they're stronger, they use it to their advantage, but they love to fight hard.
Yeah. Now, like us, like around the Kankakee River, for example, you'll catch some nice smallmouth bass, but there they seem to be a little bit thinner because of constantly working the Kankakee River. But on the other hand, the Kankakee River, you drift from Bird Park, let's say, all the way to Werner Bridge, and most of the time you're going to be in inches of water, maybe 3 feet at the most.
Yep.
Here, I noticed back there, we were in like 40 feet of water, and we're in, what, 12, 14 here?
Yeah, we're a little bit tighter.
And, you know, and then down by the bridge, down as you get towards Devil's Hole, I think, right under the bridge, isn't that like 60, 70?
200 feet the river
200
gets
feet.
Around there, yeah.
Why was I thinking 60? 200 feet. That's over my head.
Maybe you're thinking meters.
Let this guy go.
Yeah, we're going to let him go, let him grow. And we'll, let's go back and try to get some more.
You know, it's time to take a commercial break. Time to take the jacket off. Sun's starting to come up. It's getting a little bit warmer out here. Both Roger, who's running the camera right now, by the way, Roger Wright, and Frank are catching fish on tubes, okay? I caught the one on a drop shot, but I think I'm going to switch over to a tube, and we'll be back right after a couple of commercials. We'll be right back with more of Illinois Outdoors out in Lewiston, New York, fishing the Niagara River with Captain FrankCampbell. We'll be right back.
If you want to catch panfish, what do you use?
Cubby mini mites.
If you want to catch game fish, what do you use?
Cubby mini mites. You gotta love them.
And for Lake Michigan perch?
Boy, when you want to catch perch like this, you got to go to Cubby Mini Mites.
Cubby Mini Mites. They make the difference between fishing and catching.
Kentucky State Parks. In Kentucky's western waterland, come make a splash in the third largest body of water in the U.S. with 3,000 miles of shoreline, where fun comes by the pound. enjoy the fishies and the birdies. Either way, you'll have a ball at Kentucky State Parks. Visit us online to plan your next trip.
The Niagara Falls area is America's best kept secret when it comes to the outdoors. Fishing, boating, kayaking, and more are all there for the outdoors enthusiast. Enjoy trophy fishing on the Niagara River, Lake Ontario, and Lake Erie. There are many sights to see and so much to do in the outdoors, and we're here to help you plan your next vacation. Visit NiagaraUSA.com or give us a call at 1-877-FALLS-US. The Niagara, New York area, your next American outdoors adventure destination.
Welcome back to Illinois Outdoors, everyone. Don Dziedzina here, fishing with Captain FrankCampbell from the Niagara Region Charters. And I tell you what, we during the commercial break, what we did was we moved from a large flat area to an area here that's right by the mouth of Lake Ontario.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Niagara River obviously feeds into Lake Ontario.
Yes.
And actually right back there is what we have is, Fort Niagara?
Old Fort Niagara, yes, sir.
You know anything about that? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. It was built in the 1600s by the French, and it's one of the only areas that have been controlled, I think, by the French, the British, and the Americans, all, at different time frames. But it was a pretty active fort during the French and Indian War, War of 1812, the Revolutionary times. It has a long history, as does a lot of the area.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's one of the places that you can visit while you're here. I see right there's a boat ramp that you can launch to get out right at this area rather than travel down. But from the Lewiston area where we're staying at the Barton Hill Hotel, it's not very long. It's just minutes of a drive by boat. So what is this here? Now the other area was a flat. Is this another flat too?
This is a flat area, but this has a little bit more structure on it than it is. Some mixed weed, grass areas, a few drop-offs, but as you said, we're entering Lake Ontario here, or a couple minutes, should I say, and the fish sometimes will be pulled in by the current, and the fact that the lake has calmer water with river current entering it brings the food down to them. It's almost like a buffet.
That's kind of interesting. So are you saying that there's a possibility of maybe some salmon or trout moving or coming in here?
Well, there are salmon and trout moving in, especially salmon. It's getting to be that time of the year where they do return to spawn. But the downside is the water's so warm this fall that we've actually seen a few salmon floating. They really can't tolerate 70+ degree temperatures, so they'll only last so long. We kind of wish that they'd hold off or that it would cool down, and it triggers a big salmon run, but also, the bass start biting a little bit better, knowing the fall's coming, the cold weather.
What do we got?
Smallmouth.
Oh yeah. Little guy, what are you doing?
He's lost. He's lost out here. Nice fish, nevertheless. They're all nice.
It's a nice fish. Nice fish. Yep.
They're all nice.
Pretty cool.
When they bite, they're nice.
What we did was we drifted out of the river, which is down there, and now we are actually on Lake Ontario. And what you said, we were in about 20-some feet of water right now?
Yep, it'll actually be 100 feet and then comes up all around it to 20 feet. So.
But as far as for fishing for the smallies?
Yeah, we're going to be fishing probably 20 to 30 feet of water as an average, I would say.
So that'll be pretty good. That'll be pretty good. So Frank is catching more fish than we are.
Home field
and
advantage.
We'll just no, I don't feel bad about it or anything else. I was just going to say that this is his body of water, and he's out here probably, what'd you say, over 200 days a year?
I fish about 200 days a year, yeah, with clients.
And in my case, this is my first time here this year, my first day here this year. So he has every right in the world to be catching more fish than us.
I tell people all the time that fishing here is pretty unique and it's different from any place else. I mean, we're basically trying to bounce this tube on the bottom without getting it stuck with a 2-mile-an-hour current pushing us. So these fish are facing into it. We're bringing the food to them. The hardest thing is staying out of snags. You know, we haven't had a lot of snags, but we've had a few.
Yeah.
So as long as you stay out of snags, you have the opportunity.
Yeah, he already said I got to send them like 5 packages of tubes. That's all right.
Took my warm stuff off, switched over to a drop shot. Oh, look at a bass following him. See him?
Oh.
That was a big one following him up. And first drift to the drop shot, got a little
I'm gonna get mine out right away.
Yeah, don't worry about me.
He may be.
You get that other fish.
He may be around.
The dream shot. Little dream. Look at how colored up that fish is. Beautiful fish. Chunky as can be.
Nice.
Get that. Rushing that dream shot. That's the dream shot that I actually cut up this morning and made smaller.
Seeing that happen makes me almost want to. When you get one on, I don't want to go and get the net. I should just watch and see what's
Yeah.
behind that fish.
I agree. Unless it's a monster, I'd probably take our time with them. But problem is the small ones are fighting hard, so you don't know if they're big or not, you know. But that was a nice fish to follow it in.
Yeah.
Tried to hold it there, and he didn't want anything to do with it. Just sit. You don't know if these drop shot rigs, you know, you got the sinker underneath it. You don't know if they think that fish is spitting something up on the way up, and I don't know if they hit on that sinker.
Could be.
You know, you see them following stuff up all the time and trying to get any bait they're spitting up, and they're trying to drop the bait.
Nothing wrong with ABC food, huh?
No, not at least if you're a fish, I guess. It's called low calorie burn to get high yield.
Okay. Long time in between fish, but I got one. It's a nice one too. Oh, it's a little bit bigger than the one you just had there, Frank.
Yeah.
A little bit nicer. This is nice. I am surprised at the size of these smallmouth bass in this river. You know, Niagara River has some really beautiful smallmouths in there. You know, right into the, there you go. Put this down here.
Take care of them. Good job, Don. Nice fish.
Look at this guy, huh? That's a fish and a half. That's a real beauty. All right, we'll let this golden boy go. Good job, Frank.
Oh.
You got us to a spot that's, it is an unusual spot. You know, you're saying that the current is going around in circles in here. 1 minute you're facing that way, next minute you're facing that way. And we're not getting pushed out of it.
No, we're just in a little eddy.
Really wild. Really wild. Okay.
See if there's another one in there with your name on it, Don.
I'm going to straighten this tube out a little bit. This is going to take me a minute. Get it buried. So, you know what? We're going to take another quick break. You know, we're on the Niagara River in Lewiston, New York. That's right by the Niagara Falls. This is a great destination for more than just visiting the falls. I'll tell you what, you come out here, you can go fishing. I know they're big on shooting sports out here.
Yep.
They have a smelt season. Just about every species of fish that swims, you can get out here in the Niagara area. Again, you know, to get more information about the area, go to www.niagara-usa.com. We're taking that last break of the day. We're going to be back with more fishing on the Niagara River with Frank Campbell from the Niagara Region Charters. We'll be right back.
The fastest growing water sports today are kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding. And Rocktown Adventures is your one-stop shop for all things paddle sports, sales, rentals, lessons, and guided trips, recreation, day touring, and fishing kayaks, equipment and apparel, everything you need to gear up and head out on the water. Visit our stores in Aurora or Rockford, where our experienced staff will help you make the right selection from our vast inventory of kayaks, canoes, paddleboards, and accessories. For more information or to view our inventory and pricing of in-stock products, visit rocktownadventures.com.
For all seasons, Wildcat Lodge offers you an unequaled vacation experience with a variety of plans and options, including seasonal specials to fit your vacation desires. Enjoy tennis, swimming beach, horseshoes, basketball, nature trails, playground, and much more. Located 4 miles north of Boulder Junction, Wisconsin, on our 3 connected lakes. These are Class A musky waters with walleye, bass, crappies, and panfish. Come up, relax, enjoy, and make Wildcat Lodge a vacation memory you'll always remember.
The Niagara Falls area is America's best kept secret when it comes to the outdoors. Fishing, boating, kayaking, and more are all there for the outdoors enthusiast. Enjoy trophy fishing on the Niagara River, Lake Ontario, and Lake Erie. There are many sights to see and so much to do in the outdoors, and we're here to help you plan your next vacation. Visit NiagaraUSA.com or give us a call at 1-877-FALLS-US. The Niagara, New York area, your next American outdoors adventure destination.
I still got the fish.
Oh, it's a nice one, Raj.
All right.
Nice.
Raj.
Yo. There we go.
Be nice.
Relax,
Be
relax,
nice.
relax. I'm gonna let you go.
Good job, sir.
There you go.
It's a beautiful fish. Straight King coffee tube, baby.
Yep.
Not as big as the last one, but still a respectable fish. Nope.
Well, jump over the net. You better jump in the net. Now you let him jump over the net.
Come on, big boy. Jump into the net. There you are. Like that. Woo. There we go. That one there I got on a drop shot rig. Including a little bit of salad to start his dinner off. But one of the things I want to show you here, okay, here's the weight that goes on the bottom, okay. Got the hook right here. It's almost like an octopus hook. That's on a Palmer knot, putting that there. But because of the river and a lot of current, there's a lot of swirling around. So what Captain Frank does is he puts a small swivel, one that'll actually fit through your guides on your rod, and that keeps all your line from twisting up. It's a pretty good deal. Nice. I see you've got another one.
Yeah, buddy. This one's out there a little ways. I know last time, Don, there was a fish following it in, so
Yeah.
I see you standing at the ready. You know?
I am. I'm going to just drop it right in there. And
Well, sometimes we can't even see them. Oh, that's a
oh,
nice
look at this one.
nice
All
Smalley.
right. I don't see anybody there.
No.
Then we'll get them. Do you have a scale on the boat?
Not a very accurate working one, but these are all 3-pound fish, 3 plus, probably this one.
That one feels a little bit more than 3.
Yeah, probably about 3.5, I would say.
And then let me just get one in there. All right, we got a couple pictures done. You can let that guy go.
Okay.
Frank, I want to take a minute here. I'll step down. I want to thank you for taking us out on the Niagara River fishing here, Lake Ontario. It was a fantastic day, beautiful day, sunshiny, a lot of nice fish. I was just truly amazed that, with this big storm that moved through yesterday, we were able to catch as many fish as we did today.
You want to know what? And that's the nice thing about river fish. They seem to be not as affected by fronts and things like that. Yes, it was down a little bit, I'd say, but it was still a heck of a day, and just got to give thanks for the days. And when they're nice like this, it's an extra thanks.
Well, I know we're rocking a little bit, but that's okay. Real quick, if someone wants to get a hold of you, if they come out to the Niagara area, come to see the falls or whatever, and they want to come and do a day fishing with you, how do they get in touch with you?
Best way is NiagaraCharter.com.
NiagaraCharter.com. Now listen, if you want to come out and learn more about the Niagara area, just go to www.niagara-usa.com. Visit their website, they've got everything. They even have the information about the charters that are out here as well. One thing that I say at the end of every one of my shows is that great fishing is not that far away.
No.
And I'll tell you what, it's an easy ride from the Chicagoland area, taking the tollways just all the way out here, right to Lewiston, New York. We want to thank the folks over at the Barton Hill Hotel for the accommodations. Great accommodations there. You've got some information here on the screen. Until next week, I'm going to be Don Dziedzina, and you're going to be
Frank Campbell.
See you next week.
And again, Barb kicked my butt. This is the shooter, Wild Barb, out.